Greetings and welcome. Now, in my last video I touched on a YouTuber called Army Paz. So yeah, he does the normal, you know, the anti-immigrant, the anti-woke stuff.
You might as well get a sweepstake going and take bets about what's going to be offensive next. This is offensive. My white skin is offensive. No doubt my language, English language, is also offensive. Back in the day when comedy was good, clean, wholesome family fun, comedians didn't seem to feel like they had to swear to get a laugh out of their gags, and it wasn't all left-wing comedy putting down conservatives, right-wing people and people who are proud to be British. Well, it was because they'll put their kids in these dinghies to come over here, the land of milk and honey, and they're encouraging them. Twitter have groups that encourage people to go down there to the to Dover, to the beaches, and encourage these people to come over, hide them, and explain to them how to get as much out of the milk and honey this government provides, the benefits, the housing, accommodation, everything. Twitter is part of the problem.
And he kept popping up on my feed. I find the guy quite fascinating. I wanted to dedicate a video to him and sort of do a bit more of a deeper dive and watch a few more of his videos. Find out what the guy's about, what his agenda is, if he's got an agenda. Because I always find these YouTube channels quite fascinating. Like the big ones, obviously, like your Talk TV. We know what their agenda is. They're owned by Rupert Murdoch. He does the anti-environment, climate change stuff because he's got lots of money invested in oil and gas, so he wants to protect that. He does the anti-immigrant stuff because he wants us all angry about that instead of wealth inequality, which is what he's all about. So I understand the agenda of people like him. Also, I've done similar videos on Alex Belfield. I've done a few videos on Alex Belfield, and I understand that guy. He's financially driven. He makes a lot of money from YouTube. He makes a lot of money from getting people angry over his videos. I know what he's about, but people like this guy interest me, fascinating me. So I wanted to watch a few more of his videos, see if we can pick up some clues of what he's all about.
But I'm going to make a video about something else, something completely different. I'm going to go for LBC. LBC here in the UK, if you don't know, it's a talk show. It's based in London, and it is something I used to listen to because it was kind of balanced. You had left and right presenters. It was quite good, and it's kind of what helped me get into the political scene, to talk about stuff, if you will. But I was driving the old lorry at work last night, and for some reason, one of the channel presets was LBC, and I thought, who's listening to this? Because I listen to talk radio because of my political mindset. I find that thing far more palatable to listen to.
So this clip was quite interesting. It explains a lot to me. So he said he used to enjoy LBC because it was more balanced. He'd have left-wing opinions, right-wing opinions, but now he just listens to talk radio. Well, that explains a lot to me. I like LBC because for that reason, I like to have different opinions. I like to listen to Nick Ferrari in the morning, and I like to listen to James O'Brien. Admittedly, I tend to agree more with James O'Brien, but it's good to hear different opinions, if not just to hear other people's views, but also just to get that litmus test on your own views, test them. It's good, and it's never good to have a vacuum. And it appears to me that he had a more balanced opinion maybe on politics, but started tuning into talk radio a little bit too much. And you can see that in his content. His content pretty much mirrors Talk TV. He's got the anti-immigrant stuff, he's got the anti-Prince Harry stuff, he's got the anti-woke stuff. He's got it all, and it also appears he has quite a strong obsession to people's views on Twitter.
Honky tonks, quick video just to show you. Now, I know most of you subscribers, viewers on here and on Twitter, and you're not fans of Twitter. I pop onto Twitter every now and again just to see what's going on and for material for my videos for you, my lovely fans. So, as we all know, and as I've told you before, Twitter is a place where common sense goes to die. It is like another world, another parallel universe where everything is upside down to how you know it.
You know what, Paz? I 100% agree with you, mate. I completely agree with what you're saying. Twitter is an upside down universe where people shout insane crap with no repercussions, in some cases not even meaning what they say, just wanting to have arguments, just get into arguments with people. It's an insane world, and it does not reflect, in my opinion, the real world. So why are you so obsessed with it, bud? Why are you so obsessed with it? Why are you making so much content about it?
Now, just to recap, Halifax put out a tweet saying that their staff will be wearing pronouns on their name badges. Now, I follow Byron Clark on Twitter, and I have a Twitter account, but it's in the guise of a lefty account. Gary Lineker. Now, Gary Lineker is as woke as they come, and he takes every opportunity on his Twitter account to put down Britain. So he put this picture up on his on his Twitter. Now, as you can see, Lawrence Fox is a Twitter verified blue tick, and he has many followers.
So this is my take on the guy. I think the guy is a genuine guy. That's probably was before, when he had a more healthy media intake, but he's just gone down this Rupert Murdoch media vacuum and a Twitter vacuum where he's just absorbing all this anti-woke, anti-environment, and he's just obsessed with it. And the thing is, the guy said himself that you shouldn't take Twitter seriously, and people on Twitter are absolutely insane. Twitter is not a reflection of real society. People do not have the same views in real life that they do on Twitter. Twitter is just a toilet room wall where people can just write whatever obscenities they want in complete anonymity, and it's not to be taken seriously. And I think the guy is too into it. But then, he could say the same about me, and I guess he'd have a fair point. Why am I I'm obsessed with anti-Tory. All my videos are anti-Tory, anti-Brexit, all this stuff. You could say the same as me. Maybe I'm in a vacuum. But as far as I see it, my problem is the inequality in life, the amount of homelessness, the amount of food banks being used. And I see the government as a direct link to that. Whether Gary Lineker puts out a woke tweet or not does not have any bearing on the amount of food banks being used, or if Keir Starmer doesn't describe what a woman is, that's not going to clear up homelessness. It's not an issue for me, and this is where I lied on this woke subject for ages. I just don't see it. Everyone is in this vacuum, seems to be obsessed with it and think that it's going to be the downfall of society. And I don't see it, mate. I see it as a distraction from these people at the top to distract us from the wealth inequality that's happening in this country. And that's my opinion. But one thing I say, I'd love to chat to the guy. I really do. This is what I said in my last video. I've had a few interactions with him on his video, and I've put the question to him a few times. I'd love to do like a live stream or a video where we just chat. I'm not an arsehole. I'm not going to just shout abuse at you or give you my opinions. I'm a grown up. I can have an honest, open discussion, and I think it would make for a really good video to just openly discuss these topics. Because one problem that we have on YouTube is this divide where people just only intake right-wing media or left-wing media. It's is this guy coming in? What's he want to do? Sorry, this guy's trying to communicate to me in this van. I thought he was coming in. But you never see decent, honest discussions on YouTube with two people with different political views. I'd love to do that with more people. I really would. And if you're watching, I'd love to have a chat with you. I think it'd make a really good video, and it'd be really good, because I guess that's the question that I want to pose to you guys in the comment section today. How do we stop this divide in this country and in other countries like America as well? Now, I know the common consensus when I've talked about this before is the voting system in this country, and I know it's a massive factor. Our first past the post voting system means we only have two parties that we can vote for, which divides the country straight down the middle, and it's toxic. But other than that, in terms of social media and stuff like that, how can we stop arguing at each other, and how can we stop taking these toxic views off of Twitter? Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe people like me making this video are the problem. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your opinion on it, guys. I really would. Congratulations to that lady there who's just obviously graduated in a degree or whatever. Well done. Till next time. Take care.